don't cast. Last. So yeah. So how did that come about?
So basically, last happened. That one happened in Burna Boy's house in his studio. He produced that song in his studio. So he just said that he actually wanted to sample a song. I'm like, what song is that? As soon as he said Tony Braxton, No Man Enough, I'm like, yo, say less.
Hi, this is Reinhard Tega. You guys are welcome to the first episode of We Should Record This podcast. And today we have a very, very special, somebody, a special friend, an amazing person, This individual needs no introduction. 3-time Grammy nominated record producer. Ladies and gentlemen, Chopstix.
What's up? What's good?
Chopper, you're welcome.
So this is the first episode?
Yes, so first one.
I'm launching it for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it.
Actually, I reached out to Chopstix. I wasn't sure if he was going to respond. I wasn't sure at all. I swear I wasn't sure, man. Like, it's a pleasure because coming up as a record producer, I actually looked up to you as one of the people that inspired me.
Oh, for real?
I remember in the studio, I would sit down and just play SOS by Young Girl. Just blast the whole speaker. I'm just listening to the production. How does this thing sound so wide? How does this thing sound so clean? Yeah. So it's really amazing, Sha. But let's get to it. Okay. So, first of all, who is Chopstix?
My real name is Malcolm Olagunde. I'm an all-round creative. Anything just has to do with creativity that connects both your mind and your hands.
Yeah.
I can do.
Nice.
Yeah.
So where's Chopstix from? Where are you from?
I'm Yoruba. A lot of people think I'm Hausa because I came from, grew up in Jos, was born in Kano. I'm a Yoruba boy from Ondo State. And basically, I grew up in Jos and schooled in Kaduna, Ebu Zaria University, and then eventually moved to Lagos to kick off my music career.
Exactly. That's the reason why many people would think you're from the north, right? Yeah.
Because that's where they know I came from.
Yeah. So when you started, how did your parents take production when you started doing the music thing? And when you started taking you out of the house very well, where it became very obvious, how did they take it?
Okay, when I went into music, like when I started getting very, very active with music, my dad was already late by then, but my mom didn't have... So I'm just lucky to have the kind of mom I have. She's just a very supportive person. She didn't have any issues with it. My room was literally opposite her room. And I was just always in the room banging out beats and just making noise. Sometimes she comes into the room and just sits with me. And then she asks, who are you making this for now? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, okay. Wow. And then she sits there for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then she walks out again. And I can remember when I was trying to get my first computer, because then you can't just buy a laptop. Because we're just kids now, we're just hustling. We didn't have enough money then. Yeah. So I bought my computer in parts. I bought the case, I bought the motherboard, bought the hard drive, bought RAM, and then I pieced everything together. That was how
so you built your own system?
I actually built my first computer. And part of where I got the money was from my mom actually gave me some money, plus some other money I hustled from making art, because I used to make art and sell art at the time. Yeah, so with that, I was able to buy, my own first system where I installed FL3 at the time. But before then...
FL3?
Yeah. Before then, I was...
OG of the OG, FL3.
Yeah, before then, I installed it on my friend's computer. It had his mom's computer, actually, in his mom's house, in his mom's room. So what we'll do is we'll close from school, and then we'll try to get home before his mom gets home, because mom was a teacher as well. She was a lecturer in one of the schools. So we'll get home before his mom gets home, break into his mom's room, install the software on his mom's computer, and then one of his brothers will stand at the gate to watch when she's coming, while we're in the room trying to figure out the software. So we kept doing that. We did that for almost like 2 months, 3 months. We kept doing that until I was able to get my own laptop. Yeah.
The passion, what the passion will make you do, man? It's crazy.
I'm telling you.
So what triggered you? Was it a song you listened to, or that made you say, okay, I want to actually do this thing?
Yeah, I've always loved music. My brother actually introduced me to proper music. He made me start loving music because he used to play me a lot of records. And my sister, she would always just play some pop and some dancehall tunes. Maybe when she's cleaning every Saturday, she's always just jamming. So I'm just used to being around music. No one in my family does music, by the way. Nobody is into music. They're just music lovers, basically. And my mom, I can remember my mom buying. She bought me and my brother this tiny piano that has a microphone connected to it, like one of those toy mics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we used to have that. She used to buy us all those musical, toys and stuff. I would say my love for music actually started like in school. It was in school, like back in secondary school. That was when I realized, and I was like, okay, do you know what? I actually love this thing. I can actually do this thing for real. You know, that was when everything started.
So was it like a song you listened to, or just the fact that you were just hanging out and then?
For song, the song that I listened to before then, I had already decided that I wanted to go into music production. But the song that hit me, that I was like, yo, I want to know how this thing is done. Like, I want to know what makes this song tick. I want to figure it out. It was a song by Timbaland and Aaliyah called Try Again, I think. Yeah.
It's always Timbaland.
Yeah.
Like
that guy he's a legend. He's actually a legend. Yeah, he's a wonderful guy. So that was the song I heard. The beat sounded like it was talking.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, with all those synths in it. So when I got FL3, there was a sample. You know, when you install the software, they come with like pre-made beats.
Oh, yeah.
So there was a sample of a mid. They actually made the beats instrument that was in the software, and coincidentally, I was listening. I was like, "Yo, this is this jam." So how was this to me? So I started piecing it together. You know, deconstructing it, and just went through everything, the stems and everything. I was like, "Yo, this is dope. I need to actually figure out how to do this thing." So I started remaking. I would listen to whatever song I listened to and I liked. I would try and just remake the beat exactly the same, as close as possible that I could. I did that for a while, you know, for years before I now started making my own original stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had a similar story. It was Timbaland that inspired me to become.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that being said, who are the people that actually your inspiration that you look? Of course, Timbaland is on the list. Who else is on the list?
I would say Dre. I just love people who make music that you can feel both emotionally and physically. Like when you're standing in front of the speaker, you can literally feel the kicks and the snare. You can just feel the beats. You can feel it on your body physically. I love people who make this kind of music, and it's just mostly used to be Timbaland and Dr. Dre for me at the time. And then over time, as my music started, you know, changing and growing, I started listening to a lot more dancehall records. I didn't know who were the producers at the time, but I could tell you the artists I was listening to, you know, at the time. Like when this was before everyone we started, you know, the whole Grip Boy movement, moving with them, NDR, Young L, Jamie and Ice Prince and everybody. So I was listening to a lot of Mavado. I was listening to Popcorn. Popcorn was still signed to Vibes Cartel at the time. Like it was just some way back down. So I was listening. So those were the music that sort of influenced my production. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, you said Ice Prince. Was Ice part of the Grip Boys at some point?
So the Grip movement was a big movement. It wasn't just artists. It was a whole bunch of guys who were, you know, we used to throw parties. You know, it was a movement. Yeah, it was a movement at the time back in Jos. So we had a lot of people on. We were like 15 guys in total.
Grip movement.
Yeah,
and it was called the Grip Boys.
Yeah. So and then the only people who made music within the Grip movement was just me, Young L, Andy, and Jamie. That's the four of us.
Okay. Yeah.
And then obviously we were friends with Ice Prince, so everybody just categorized all of us as the Grip Boys.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, Ice Prince was really signed to Chocolate City, so he was now a Chalk Boy, you know, basically. So that was how, you know, everything started at the time when, you know, we're still trying to get our feet into, you know, the whole music space.
That's dope. That's actually dope.
Yeah.
So Chopstix, how did you come up with the name?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do after this interview, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this part of this video out and just put it somewhere on the internet, so that whenever anybody asks, like, go to this.
Go and. They've asked you this like 2 million times, right?
I'm telling you. So, anyways, the real name used to be Chopper because I used to chop up samples, you know, and that was basically what I used to do back in. Like, I would just listen. I listened to a lot of J Dilla records. I listened to a lot of Kanye West. I listened to a lot of DJ Premier. And most of what they do is they listen to all those classic tunes and chop it up, and not just cut and paste. They cut it and then pick progressions out of it, and they make progressions out of the chops and, you know, make a whole set. So I started learning sampling from there before now, you know, started sampling from music as well.
Wow.
So the name was Chopper at the time. And then it became Chops for short, from Chopper to Chops. And then in school, you know how you have a guy in class who always just makes everyone laugh, who's like the jester in class. Out of the blue, from nowhere, one day he just called me Chopstix.
And it stuck.
Because I was like skinny. I was trying to describe something, like, see how you use like chopsticks. And then everybody in class was just laughing, and that name just stuck. And I tried to get rid of the name. I couldn't. I was like, okay,
It was following you all through. Yeah, of course. Greatness will always chase you. It's normal. It's very normal. So who's the voice behind that name? Like we know the tag.
The tag.
Who's the person?
The tag is. So there was a friend of mine. This was early in 2012 when we just moved to Lagos. There was a friend of mine. There was a friend of ours. She's a friend who just comes to the house, chill with us. At the time, and I was like, yo, let's do a tag. I need a tag. She's like, no, I've never recorded before. Now girls act when they're shy. I've never recorded. Like, just trust me. Just say whatever I tell you to say. I'll mix the voice. I'll make it sound how I want it to sound. And then I was happy she trusted me well enough. And then she said, some stuff, said some taglines, and I picked it and mixed it, and it just came out nice. So her name is her nickname is, she's popularly known as Tutu. So that's the voice behind the Chopstix tags. So I don't use it anymore. I actually don't use any tags anymore now. I want you to be able to.
For real?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
When you hear the song or when you hear the music,
you should be able to tell who it is. Of course, by now. Yeah. Of course, definitely, we should know by now. Yeah. So you were the first DJ / producer on Coke Studio, right?
Yeah.
And you were invited 3 times.
Yeah, 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times, right? Yeah, and then how did that come about? How did that happen?
Okay, so there was I think it was I was driving at the time. I had a manager at the time that I was working with who well, to cut everything short, the whole period of that whole management phase was just terrible, and everything just didn't go how it was supposed to go. Yeah, so it was like a dark phase for me. Yeah. But I'm happy I'm past that anyway. I don't like to talk about all that. Anyways, we're driving through. There's a street in Ikoyi that usually have all those adverts of from Coca-Cola, from Coke Studio and stuff. Yeah. So, and I saw a poster of MI, and he said like advertising that he was going to be performing at Coke Studio. So I hit up my manager. I was like, yo, I want to go for this stuff. I know I'm a producer. I know like artists is only meant for artists to perform, but I know there's a way I want to perform, and I can explain it to you. And he just turned it down immediately. Like he just shut it down. He didn't wait for me to explain. So I just knew in my mind, I was like, this guy is just seeing the vision. I didn't blame him though, because he just wasn't seeing it. Yeah,
he couldn't see it.
So I hit up Abuchi, because Abuchi was still managing MI at the time. I hit up Abuchi. I'm like, yo, MI is going for this stuff. Do you have links? I need to go for this thing. He's like, yeah, it's fine. I'll just put you in contact with the organizers and you can explain to them. I'm like, cool. He put me in contact with them in less than 24 hours. I was talking to the guys who the organizers. And they're like, yo, we'll be happy to have you. Like, this is new. What do you need? So I told them what I would need, and they got it. They got all the equipment. In less than 3 weeks, we're in Kenya, for the next one. So I was there, set up. So they set me up beside the DJ, because there used to be a DJ there. There's a DJ on ground. Set me up beside the DJ, and then that was the first one we went for.
Okay, then subsequently, it was from the first one that you actually
From the first one, while I was performing, when we were rehearsing,
they could see the vision.
Yeah, the guy directing the whole thing was like, yo, I mean, this guy, you're doing so much. Why don't we just position you right in the center of the stage and then have the artist perform beside you? I'm like, are you guys serious? I didn't come here. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem, let's do it. So they set me up right in the center of the stage. So now I'm not just producing live on stage, I'm performing as well. Yeah. They gave me a mic to hype and everything. So we're just, we just became part of the whole, show. Wow, that's and the next thing, they invited another producer, and then it now became a artist and producer collaboration thing. Yeah. So that was how that happened.
Oh, that's amazing. That's actually amazing. So with what you know now, would you let your child become a producer or a musician?
Yeah, why not? Definitely. I'll just have to guide them and make sure, they get it right. Because if you move blindly in the entertainment space, you're just gonna waste your time, you're going to waste your money, you're going to waste your resources, and you won't have the results that you want to have. Yeah, you won't. But you have to be guided, and you have to know exactly what you're doing, because it's a business. You have to run it like a business. True. You have to have a business plan for what you're doing. Forget the fact that it's entertainment, it's art, it's talent and all that, but you also have to be mindful of the business part of it as well. Yeah.
That's amazing, because we are the generation of the next set of parents.
Of course.
Yeah, we have to be all
my friends have kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're already parents.
So this is the new set of parents that we are right now. So so what ways do producers make money? What are the income streams, revenue streams for producers?
Yeah, so as a music producer, you make money from. There's a few channels and a few ways you can make money. You can either make money from selling beats, which is the first go-to for every producer. you make a beat and then you sell it for a certain price. And then as you build your brand, you can go up on the price or, wherever your choice is. And you also make money from digital sales of the record. You also make money from the publishing as well. You make money from sound exchange. There's a few online outlets you can make money from. You can also make money from your brand, not by selling any music or anything, just from your brand as the producer or as the figure, as the person that
as
you are,
public figure, as a figure, brand itself,
as a brand. You can make money from that, depending on how you position and how you brand yourself.
Amazing, man.
Because every public figure that is out there is a platform to sell anything. You can use So it's just how you brand yourself and how you position yourself.
Man. So you said something about Fruity Loops, right? Fruity Loops 3. That's what you started with. The whole process of installing it in. So you started with Fruity Loops. So what DAWs do you use now?
I use FL. FL has stuck by me and I've stuck by it too. Since that, from FL3 to FL21 now.
Yeah.
So I still use Fruity Loops and I use Logic as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say because we have conversations about Logic sometimes.
Yeah, there was a time when I think it was in 2013 that I kind of like drifted away from Fruity Loops for a while, and I was just using Logic, mostly Logic for my production. Stinky Shoe was produced on Logic, Logic files. Aboki was produced all on Logic. Most of those records I made in that time and that era was all Logic. That was when I started using Logic, and I just was like, let me just use this software more and see if I can get more into it. And I actually did. But after a while, I was like, what? I'm just going to use Logic for recording and mixing. Let me use Fruity Loops for production. Production, mostly.
Mad. So Burna Boy.
Yeah.
What is it like working with Burna?
I mean, it's amazing. It's wonderful. It's chill. When you're working with...
Okay, hold on. First of all, right?
Yeah.
I know you guys are like close. This is not music stuff.
Yeah.
Because I noticed the rapport you guys have between each other.
Yeah.
And it's very real because you can tell that these are like guys before anything. So but anyways, there is that, and then there's working together. So I'd like you to give us the story for both sides.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when you're working with an artist that already understands music and know what they want and how they want it, it makes your work easier. I always say these things, and when we get in the studio, we don't just get in the studio and just start pressing keys and just fluking or just trying to figure out. Yeah. We actually speak about the music first. We talk about like what we're trying to make. Like there's a direction for every song. Yeah. That's the reason why every song you hear sounds like it's a tune. You get me? Because there was thoughts put into it. There was like a whole thought process put into it before we actually go into the production phase. You get me? And he understands. I feel like Burna Boy understands music in more different ways than a lot of people that I've worked with, because there's certain style of music that you throw at him and he'll still deliver. Unlike a lot of other people who might just be talented in just one way. Exactly. Yeah. And I love people to be versatile. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to do everything.
True.
Yeah, but it just gives your mind a wider,
perspective.
Perspective to approach your music.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why his music is just different. There's same thing with MI as well. People hear his music and be like, yo, why is it? Because he's just an intelligent person musically. And once they hear the music, once they hear the instrumental, they know what angle to come in from.
Exactly.
They know what pockets to do in. They just hop on it and just say, let me just vibe. No, they know what they're doing.
Exactly. And people don't even know that MI is actually a producer himself. Yeah.
Full-on musician.
Oh, yeah. All round. So, Give Them by Burna Boy.
Yeah. So that one was a sample from Into You. By I think it was Fabulous and Tamaya. I think So I just sampled them. That was actually the first sampled song I did with Burna Boy.
Right?
Yeah.
Man,
and he made the cut for the album. That's how I just got on the album. So
nice. Kilometer. I saw when you were with him at the camp. I think it was at his house in Ghana, right?
In Ghana,
yeah. So I saw the short clip. It was on social media, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, how did that even happen? How did that come together?
Well, so basically, I was in Ghana at the same period, at the same time when he was in Ghana as well, and we met at we met at this place called Sandbox. I think it's like a lounge or something.
Oh, I thought it was his house.
No, I'm talking about like the place where we first like.
Okay, when you guys first met.
Yeah, in Ghana. And he was like, "Yo, what are you doing here? Are you in Ghana?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm in Ghana too, man. I just came to shoot." I actually went to shoot a video with the two artists that I did a song with, which I ended up not shooting. And from there, we decided to link up, at the house, met up at the house, and then from the house went to this resort with the
team,
studio.
Okay.
And then that was where we set up, and we just started making music from there. That was where Kilometer came from. Yeah, that's from that resort.
And of course, I saved the best for the last, right? Of course, anything Chopstix touches is a smash. We already know that. So yeah, but like the hottest one right now, this moment, you don't cast last. So yeah. So how did that come about?
So basically, last happened. That one happened in Burna Boy's house in his studio. We produced that song in his studio, and the same thing we did. We spoke about the song.
Yeah.
He just said that he actually wanted to sample a song. I'm like, what song is that? And the song he mentioned was the same song I've always wanted to sample as well. But I've always been thinking to myself, like, if I sample this song, like which artist is gonna like really mess with this, like, So sometimes you think about those things and you're like, okay, I might have just made that beat and it just be my assistant. I won't bother giving it to anybody. But as soon as he said Tony Braxton, No Man Enough, I was like, yo, say less.
How long did it take you to?
So just talking about the song, talking about the idea, we spent like time just trying to, But the whole time of producing the beats, recording, mixing everything, it wasn't up to. We didn't spend 2 hours on that song. Yeah, because
about genius.
We already knew what we were going for. Like, we already knew. Even before the beat was finished, he had already recorded. He was like, yo, hold on, he recorded everything. Like, everything was done. So as I was finishing up the beat, we were finishing up the vocal arrangement as well. Like, everything was already pieced together.
Wait, hold on.
The next day.
Hold on. Yeah. So you were making the beat there and there.
Yeah.
He was there.
Most of the songs I've done with Burna Boy. In fact, all the songs, I make the beat right in front of him and we just record. That's how I love to work anyways. It's a special. So you know how you go to like a Chinese restaurant and they make the food in front of you. Yeah. It's a premium service.
Well, at least I've been
rather than just sending the beats to an artist and they just record and send me back. I mean, I do that as well. But
definitely.
Sometimes it's just better for the artist to be part of the whole production process. Yeah.
I've been opportunity to experience Chopstix. Work and. This man, at which this man uses to make a beat, I cannot imagine. I don't know whether he even stops to think or anything because it's just amazing. It's just amazing.
Thanks.
So you have quite a number of hits. You've worked with Ice Prince, Sean Paul, Burna Boy. Just name them. MI, anybody. So the versatility of you making Afro beats, hip hop, dancehall. Do you think it affects your workflow, or do you think it's something that how do you decide you want to make a hip hop beat and you make them, or because I know you hinted on the Ice Prince. Please share the Ice Prince story, how you made Aboki and the other ones.
So at the period when we made the first song I even did with Ice Prince, like officially, went on a project, was putting out was a song called Thank You that featured the Chalk Boys. That was the first song I produced ever for him. That before then we've done we've obviously recorded, we've done songs, but that was the first song that got on the project that was going to be released, officially, his first album. And then at the time that was when I moved to Lagos and I started working with him as his producer. Then, so how Aboki came out was we were just trying to do something different from what he's been doing. We just wanted to just experiment, let's just do something different. And we went to some apartment, set up a studio there, and I just started playing these chords. I was like, yo, I love these chords. Ice Prince actually loves the chords,
the musicality of
first,
music. Before that's true.
So that's what gets him. Once he hears it and he likes it, he just starts writing. He's like, yo, and I'm just lucky enough to work with the artists that write fast as well and who has very, very creative, thinkers as well. So as soon as he heard it, he was like, yo, I have an idea for this song. I'm just gonna rap. I'm just gonna be all northern about this thing, So I'm like, yeah, just do your thing, man, because as a producer, you also have to be able to trust your artists to do their thing as well. The same way they trust you to do yours as well. And he recorded, finished up the beats, and then it just became what it became. The funny thing about that song is when it dropped, I got a lot of backlash online because then I was just new in the industry. I didn't know what was going on. I went online to check out comments, and then I was just seeing some negative comments. We were like, yo, this Chopstix guy is such an asshole. You're an idiot. You're making the Ice Prince sell out. He's singing. He's now a pop artist. He's supposed to be a hip hop artist. I'm like, oh my goodness, what have we done? And then, funny enough, less than a week after that song dropped, it started topping charts. And all the comments changed. the same people who are commenting and saying this song is trash, like, yo, this is the best song ever, blah 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 blah. It's such a dope song.
It's crazy how that thing works. I can't actually imagine.
That was the first and the last time I was like, I'm never ever gonna
listening
check
to anybody.
Apart from that, I was like, I'm never ever gonna check comments anymore. Till today, I don't ever check comments.
For real?
Whether on IG or anywhere, unless someone tags me and it's someone that I know, I'm like, okay, cool, it's this guy, then I'll reply. But I don't read. I'm like, I'm just gonna do this thing. Yeah. How I enjoy to do it, and if you like it, good. If you don't like it,
you'll be fine. Yeah. So when you started, did you ever dream of working with any particular artists? Like, or do you have a list of artists you said you were going to work with when you started? There's always that when you start.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't. To be honest, like, just thinking about it now, yeah, I never had like a list of artists I want to work with. I just knew I just wanted to just make great music, make great beats, and just make great music. And I just realized that at the end of the day, I will always gravitate towards, the people. Yeah, exactly. I don't think I ever made a list and said this I want to work with. That's when I was starting. Yeah. Now I obviously have a list, but when I was starting, I never thought I'd like.
So there was no point where you say it like you were like, I'm gonna work with this artist one day. Or
maybe because I was already working with the people who were already around. I already had artists around me that I was working with. Yeah, that I was working probably because we already started off making music already. Oh. Maybe that's the reason why I'm thinking about it now. But now, obviously, I have like a list of some people that I want to work with. But I usually like to keep that list, secret, or till it pops out.
So, when was the turning point for you in your career? When was it like, okay, I am Chopstix now?
When we made Aboki, that song has a lot of that's a song that officially like properly introduced me into the music industry. And that was when I'm like, okay, cool, we're going to do this. And we're going to kill it. You get me? But that was a point when, I realized that, okay, this is what we're here to do. Although before then, I know, but there's a time when you just realize it, like, okay, cool. And then you've done the work, you've seen the results. Yeah. Like, okay, cool, we can do more. Again, but that was the point when we made Aboki.
Okay. Yeah. So this next question is actually emotional for me because I'm a huge fan of the Group Boys.
Okay.
Right. So, what happened to the Group Boys?
Well, Group Boys, we're still guys. Yeah. We talk every day. Yeah. We have a group. We talk every day. I still spoke to my guys this morning. Yeah. So, it's just life just happens, man. Like there's certain things that will happen that you just have to go and focus and handle some certain things about your life. You get me? So, we're still together. We're family. We literally grew up together. We're like brothers. You get me? So. I know a lot of people have been asking, you guys, Group Boy, have you guys separated? It's not about, there's no separation. Yeah. There's really, really nothing. We're all grown men. We have our lives that we're handling. You get me? NJ is doing his thing. Younger is doing his thing as well. Younger is still making music,
Yeah, definitely.
Jamie as well. Everybody's just, doing their own thing now, but they're doing life, like they're handling life on their own by themselves right now. So
interesting.
Yeah, but we're still guys. We talk almost every day. In fact, I feel like I'm blessed with like the coolest guys, man. Like because they're the only because I have different friends. I have different sets of friends, but they're my closest set of friends are like my brothers. And when we talk, most of the times you cannot be depressed when you're around us. Like you cannot. It's impossible. You can't.
Man, that's like a brother. Like. Not blood, but like that's your brother, like brother from another mother type of thing. Yeah, those are my brothers
for life.
Man, amazing. So Major Lisa, right? Run Up. You made the remix to Run Up, the African remix, the Afrobeat remix to Run Up.
Yeah.
He had Scales. He had your brother Young L.
Yeah.
So how did that link up happen?
So basically, I think that one was through Scales. I think at the time, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because he was having a conversation with Deep Blue at the time, and then I think he said he wanted to work with me and stuff, and then we just got in the studio.
Yeah.
Same thing on less than 24 hours. The day they sent us the because I needed Nikki's verse. Oh, okay. We just have vocals, our verse, a cappella. They sent it to us that night. We got in the studio that night, got it done, got it ready for the next day, and then the following couple of days we shot the video and it was ready. Wow. I usually like when artists work like that because there's songs that I've produced
that just
and recorded that are on the computer that might never ever see the light of day. So and it's just sad. It's just like I value my time and my talents. I don't joke with it. I don't like to waste anything. Yeah. So when I see an artist moving like that and just trying to get shit done, I'm all about it. Like I will support you. Like you know.
Man, I can relate to that. But anyway, it's not about me. So yeah, you worked with Sean Paul.
Yeah.
So how did that link up happen?
Okay, I was never in the studio with him. You know, we've never ever met. But I know we'll still meet someday. But we've never met.
Oh, okay.
And
was it an A&R thing?
Yeah, that was basically more of a agent label thing that happened there. We just sent out beats and then they placed it, and it was more of a beat placement type thing. You know, we had never met in the studio, but I mean, I was supposed to produce 3 songs on the album, but I ended up making 2 because they got some Swedish, I think either Swedish or German producers to do the third one.
Oh, so it's a. Man, it's like the whole. It's just how technology works and how you guys can just actually be in your studio and work.
Yeah.
So, about that, have you ever worked on a full-on project whereby you never met with the artist?
Yeah, of course. There's I'm trying to see if there's any song that's actually out that I never met with there.
Because I know that's a thing. I know that's a thing right now. Since the pandemic period, like people actually do that more now.
I actually recorded that whole EP. I just remember now during the pandemic, the lockdown. Yeah. And I had pandemic stories. What I was just doing then, just send out beats, and then they record and send me back vocals, and then I now re-edit and chop and rearrange, you know, how I want it, you know, done. But that period was when I was doing that. Most of the times, I usually like to be in the same space with the artist, because one thing I believe about music is it's just not. It just doesn't end in just making beats, sending it to you, and you record and send me back vocals and just piece. That one was just making fast food products to get. But when we're in the studio together and we're creating this thing, you know, at the end of the day, we both have an input in this whatever we're making. It's going to be a lot more, you know, obviously better, because
it's a creative process.
Exactly, we're mixing
collaboration.
Ideas. Exactly, that's what I consider as, you know, actual, you know, organic collaboration.
Yep.
Although you may just have to use technology when it's not possible to meet in the same place. Exactly.
So, has Chopstix ever worked with? I'm not going to use the word that everybody will expect me to use, but with a developing artist. You know what I mean, Chopper?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right?
Course,
but you know the word I want to use, right?
You mean upcoming artist?
No, that's still mild, but
I mean, that's basically what all I've been doing right from when I even started like making music. You know, right from I like to work with people who still have the hunger in them, you know. Because that hunger is where the creativity is going to come from. That's where the drive is going to come from. Yeah, so I've worked with a lot.
Okay, maybe I need to rephrase the question, Chopper. Yeah. Have you worked with a whack artist?
No, because I choose who I work with.
Okay.
So I will not choose a whack artist.
Okay. Because that's what I was asking you. Because you were sounding nice. I was like, okay.
No, I choose every artist I've worked. I choose who I work with. Because even if you want to work with Chopstix and I just don't want to work, I mean, it's still not going to happen, you know. So I make sure I choose who I work with, because if I know I can make great music with this person, then why not? I'll just, you know, go ahead. But if you meet an artist that you know can afford you, but you know for a fact that you're not going to make something great, to me, it's a waste of my time, and I value my time a lot. You get me? So I would rather not do it.
So earlier on, when we talked about, when I asked the question of what are the ways producers could make money, you talked about publishing, right?
Yeah.
Do you have publishing?
I have a publishing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So would you recommend producers get publishing?
Of course. These are the first thing that you should have sorted first before even putting out music. You know, but I mean, you can still put out music and do it, but I'm just saying it's better to always sort out like the business end of everything, so that when you're putting out music, you have your peace of mind, and you're just releasing music, and you know that it's going through the right channels, it's making what you're supposed to make, it's making all the money you're supposed to make for you. But I mean, it's never too late to do publishing. If you have a good catalog, if you have a heavy catalog, you can still run your publishing and get a publishing deal. Okay. Either get an admin deal or get an upfront for it. You get me?
Oh, okay. So the criteria for a publishing deal is your catalog, right?
I mean, you have to have something for the publisher to publish.
That's true.
So you have to actually have a catalog. No matter how big or small it is, at least you have to have something to present.
Interesting. So at what point did you start making money?
I mean, I've always been making money from music, but I'll just say, I'll just say the point where I started making the kind of money that I want to start making, I've always wanted to start making, was probably maybe 4 years ago.
4 years ago?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago, yeah. Yeah, that's when I started. No, yeah, like 5 years. Let me say 5 years ago. But before then, I was still making money anyways. But it was just I was making money. But you know, like when you say you want to start making, you have to have like a goal of a certain figure you want to start making. Yeah, I was like 5 years ago.
So how do you protect your business? How do you protect your business as a producer? You talked about how you should sort out these things before you get into publishing and before you start your career proper.
Yeah.
So how do you protect your business? Legal
First things first, as a music, as an entertainer, this is not even about being a music producer or about being an artist. Or first things first, as a creative person, as an entertainer, you make content, you create content, be it music, video, whatever. Get a lawyer, get a good lawyer, not just a lawyer, a good entertainment lawyer. Yeah. It's going to cost you money. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna cost you. Yeah, it's gonna cost you a lot of money. It will cost you, but trust me, it will be worth every penny. It will be worth every dime you spend on your legal, team. Get a lawyer to always review or draft you a document, or a proposal, or whatever it is you're doing. Yeah. Or an agreement. Just get a lawyer to always sort that part out. Because most of the time we feel like, we know this thing really. You might read it's written in plain English.
Yes.
But there's clauses that's hidden in places.
Yeah, it's a different language entirely.
So just get a lawyer. First things first, get a lawyer. Also get a manager. Get a manager who believes in your dream, who believes in your art and your creativity. Yeah. Who is not in competition with you, who's not also trying to be an artist. Yeah, because I've had several complaints of artists complaining to me and saying their manager is in competition with them, is trying to be an artist as well. Yeah, but also just get someone who believes in your dream, who will go all the way for you, who knows that at the end of the day, your win is their win. You have that sorted out. Once that's the first. Those are the first. Once you have those two sorted out, then you can start looking at the other, parts of, what you need is distributor, a PR, a whatever, But those are the major things. Those are your first immediate team should be your manager and your lawyer.
Yeah. Amazing. Talking about artists, right? Do you have an artist you're working with right now that we should look out for?
Yeah, of course.
Would you mind sharing who this person is? Who this?
Special? It might be too early, but obviously, her name is Ose Grace.
Okay.
She's a wonderful artist, wonderful songwriter. I met her as a song. The first time we met was at the Universal Studio. She was a songwriter at the time. I met her as a songwriter, wonderful songwriter, and ever since we met and I heard her, write, and I heard her work, I've always wanted to work with her since then. And I think years after that, she met me again and she said she wanted to start singing. I was actually happy that she was, she's finally trying to transition into being a full-on artist here. So I guided her through that, and she's the person that I'm working with now. We have 2 EPs done already.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's a project.
Full-on project,
whatever. And we have a bunch of other songs recorded, both for her and written for people as well. Yes, because she's still writing as well.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. So have you ever had any misunderstanding with an artist before?
Yeah, I have.
Like you guys actually butt heads, like?
Yeah, I have. I took one to court. So the thing is that I wouldn't go on social media to tweet and say, fuck you, bro. I wouldn't. Like, I will deal with you in a different way. Like, I will deal with you and you will know that you've been dealt with. That's how I handle my thing in reality, not on social media. Social media is not a real place, I'm sorry. It depends on how, whatever it is, but we went to court. He brought his lawyer. He was owing me money and he was refusing to pay. So I took him to court. I got my lawyer to handle it, and he started paying up. I felt like that was a quicker and a faster and a more legal way to handle it, rather than just shouting on social media and just making it seen.
So how's that relationship right now with you and the artist?
Respect. Now we respect each other. Like, he respects me and it's all of us.
Everybody knows their lines and everything.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We know Chopstix. Some people know the face behind the name, right?
Yeah.
And of course, you've hinted. So one time we were having a conversation, and then from like you said, social media is not a real place. Your perspective, right? Mm-hmm. You definitely do not really, from your page on Instagram, you really don't show much of your face, right?
Yeah.
So, but people know your name very much. Is that intentional? Not making your face known?
Yeah, I would say from how I just live my life. Yeah. My life is just, I live intentionally. So I would say it's intentional, basically, because I'm not really like hyper active on social media. It's just when I'm just bored, I just go on there, I just post like stuff, and that's it. I get off there and I get back to the real world, and because I have a lot to do. Like there's a lot of work to do. So most of the time when I'm posting on social media, I'm either, promoting something or something I've done, or work I've done, or I'm just there to just catch cruise.
And you tweet a lot. I see that you tweet a lot.
Yeah, because Twitter is more expressive. It's more of a place where you can, express your views and just, just properly have conversations about things that are happening. So basically, that's where I feel like I even enjoy Twitter more than I do Instagram. Yeah.
So and you are very pro fitness. You really are like about living healthy, working out. Yeah. Has it always been like that?
Not really. It was in 2019 that I started, the whole fitness thing. Because I go back from London and then I fell sick. I was really, really sick. I thought I was going to die. You get me? So after then, I was like, okay, cool. And part of what even happened was, I think it was even partly food poisoning or something. So, because I always used to eat out every time. So since then, I started being careful what I consume and, how I need to know how it's made, what it's made with, So, and I also started working out because apart from just eating healthy, your body has to be healthy. Your mind has to be healthy as well. So I started working out, going to the gym and just trying to stay healthy in general.
Yeah, man, that's actually very important. Super important, man. And I know you give back like CSR and stuff.
Yeah.
I know about sound education. So for most people don't know what sound education is. They don't know about that part of Chopstix. So what is sound education?
Sound education was an initiative we started in, this was in 2014, 15, I think it was 16 or thereabouts. But I had to put it on pause because I was funding it from my pocket and it was a lot, yeah. But we're getting back now because now we have partners, we have people who are ready to move with us and so it's going to be reactivating and I'm actually going to be tweeting about that very soon. So basically, it's an initiative that is meant to keep students in school and help them be able to still do music rather than dropping out to go and chase their music dreams. Yeah, because combining music and schooling is not easy. I did it. The only reason why it was easier for me was because we had a studio in my school. My principal then, when I was in secondary school, was a music lover, so he built us a studio in the school, and that was why it was easier for me to actually be able to do music and still be in school.
I see.
Because music demands a lot of your time.
Attention. Yeah, that's true.
A lot of your time.
True.
Yeah.
So how can people reach you? How can people reach you? Yeah, we know you really don't. You're not the social media.
Apart from not posting on IG, I check my messages on Instagram. I reply my messages on Instagram. Yeah. So that one is different because that one is messaging. It doesn't require me to post anything basically. So I reply to my messages. So just follow me on Instagram or Twitter or any social media space you check. Just type in Chopstix with 4 eyes. Yeah. That's CHOPSTIIIIX.
We'll put it on the screen.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So just search me on Instagram. You find me. I'm verified. Search me on Twitter. Search me on YouTube. Anywhere. Just type in Chopstix with 4 eyes. SoundCloud. Anywhere. Follow. Hit me up. I'll hit you back.
Yeah. So you're very high end with your production. Of course, you are very high end with your production. Yeah. Your clientele base also high end.
Yeah.
Do you have spaces for people, upcoming artists who can afford you, for them to reach you? Do you have that leeway, that allowance for them to reach you? If yes, how can they reach you business wise?
Same way everybody else reach me.
Instagram?
No, my manager. They have all my contacts are all there on my social media.
Okay, cool.
So they go through my manager. So the thing is not even about me. I don't really look at artists like upcoming or big or whatever. Yeah. What I look at is, am I able to make great music with this person? First things first. That's what I look at. If yes, okay, next stage. Can this person afford to pay me? If yes, perfect. If no, okay, how else can we, figure out the payments? If I'm going to own a certain percentage of the record, or we'll just figure something out. There's leeway when it comes to certain type of artists that I have interest in. Yeah. But if it's just an artist that is good at just wants to work with the Chopstix and can't afford it, and I'm sorry, you just have to get some label backing or
get funding,
and
guys.
Get your cheese
funding.
On, Exactly.
So aside being Chopstix, what else do you do?
Like I said, I'm an all-round creative. I paint, I draw. I've been working in branding as well. I do a lot of branding as well. But most importantly, I'm an artist. I paint and I draw. and I do a lot of sketches as well.
Yeah, and that's what you studied at school.
Yeah.
University, right?
I studied art in university. Yeah.
Interesting. Man, Chopper, man, it's been an amazing time. Like,
thank you.
Pleasure having us here at your studio.
I'm happy to be on this.
Yes.
The first episode of this podcast.
Always pioneering. You were the first at the Coke Studio thing as a record producer, DJ. Now you're the first on our podcast. What a blessing. The blessings of Chopstix will rain on us. Definitely. So shout out to our team. Shout out to Inner Hub.
Big shout out to Inner Hub Productions.
RTE. Shout out to Munachi, Jew Cheats, definitely, and the whole team. Yeah. Thanks for having us here once again, Chopper. I really do appreciate, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
It's been real.
Peace out, bro.
Yeah. We've come to the end of the first episode, the pioneering episode of the We Should Record This podcast. It was a wonderful time with Chopstix. You guys should watch out for our next guest. Leave in the comment section who you want us to interview next. We just might have them on the show. Leave a like, subscribe, follow our pages, and see you in the next session. Peace.